Alright, bus road in 15 minutes.
Momiji, the plague of the Youkai Mountain. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I like Momiji!
What?
Momiji's fair!
Fuck you!
No.
Momiji is fair, come on, she's fun.
Do you want me to read this?
Go ahead.
Okay, Momiji, the plague of the Youkai Mountain. Written by Crispy. Touhou 10, Mountain of Faith, is an incredible game overall. From the depth and care put into its patterns, the outstanding soundtrack, and the fantastic characters that it brought into this long-running series. Well, fantastic, all but one. Since within this masterpiece of a game, there lies a certain danger. A cancer that is contained right in the center of the game, which reveals its hideous face around halfway through the 4th stage. This foul beast resides in the waterfall, waiting expectantly for an unsuspecting player to venture forth into its territory, only to be met with a fate worse than death. This creature is known as Momiji. There are a plethora of problems with this sad and pathetic excuse for a character. However, I shall start with the other mess of bullet vomit that is her. Momiji appears out of nowhere. Jesus Christ, this is 9 pages long.
What? Oh my god!
No, I'm not gonna read this whole thing.
No!
Momiji appears out of nowhere
I'm
and
into
uses
it!
tools out
Come on,
of
Fammy! Yeah, I'm into it now. I need to hear it.
Okay, I'll read the whole thing.
I failed
the
like 4 runs in a row. So.
It's the least you could do after I read the Emoji Movie, please.
Yeah, and it'll be much better than that. Alright then. Momiji appears out of nowhere and immediately spills about 1,000 blue outlined white rice bullets, as well as a few giant spirals of Mentos bullets. And it shows a pretty picture here of her shooting you. The formation of these rice bullets can be separated into 4 general areas, or ways for everyone firing of the pattern. I mark each one with a different color to illustrate my thoughts here. 1. The first wave, marked in red. 2. The second wave, marked in orange. 3. The third wave, marked in yellow. Some of the bullets are lower down than the yellow line. Second, my throat isn't the best.
Get
The 4th
water.
wave, in a bit. The 4th wave, marked in green, and then it shows Crispy drawing over the pattern with these color lines.
I wasn't sure about using the word wave because that kind of usually refers to like a whole firing of it. But
I know what
I
you
hope the
mean.
wording.
But I know, but I
finding
can't
this,
what you mean by the drawing.
It's an element of a wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. The initial wave is very light and only consists of consistently spaced clumps of rice bullets, about 5 of them. However, very quicker you are met with the other abhorrence of the second wave.
Chapter 2, Donuts of Death.
The reason the second wave is such an inexcusable horror is, first of all, the rice bullet clumps are significantly denser than the first, with about half of the space between them as the first wave. The bullet count for this second wave is about double from the first, and additionally, bullets from the third wave can even reach down at you at the same time as the second wave is still being dodged, which adds to the already extremely difficult to read section. But wait! There is more! The angles of the bullets in the second wave and the initial bullets of the third wave are not only straight ahead, some are tilted a bit to the left, skewed further to the left, tilted slightly right, or skewed further to the right. This creates an unbelievable amount of overlap and crisscrossing bullets, which combine with the rest of what I mentioned earlier to create one of the most disgusting and cursed things I have ever witnessed. Having such awkwardly angled bullets means that even some of them that initially spawn at the side of the screen can be very relevant, since they turn on so much that they get in the way while dodging the second wave, and some bullets that you think may be a problem end up gliding in a completely irrelevant direction, misleading you into following the wrong bullet with your eyes and confusing you, which ultimately makes you lose focus and just completely die.
Riveting.
The third wave is not so much better because after the overlap bullets that affect the second wave, you have clumps of around 5 bullets again, which are significantly more spread out than the first wave's general compactness, which means that there is far less space to look for gaps, especially since you've just come out of the hell of the second wave, which sometimes even forcefully makes you move down. And if you happen to have lost vertical space, then the fight to get it back here will most likely be extremely uncomfortable, if not downright impossible if she feels like. Due to the general density, if you get unlucky enough with this or go to the wrong gap, it is very possible to just get completely walled with with no escape, other than a bomb. However, Momiji's parent itself is only this problematic in categories such as L and B, stroke L and N, since in others you just completely bomb her into oblivion.
She's an auto bomb otherwise.
Yeah. Get her off her screen as soon as possible, which is essentially the much to do anyway for reasons I shall explain further on. Anyway,
explain further on. There's more.
There's
way more.
Crispy,
There's
why?
I'm
There's
not even halfway
1,700
through.
words.
Crispy, why?
Because I had a lot of time one afternoon and I died to her like 4 runs in a row.
Okay, fair. Keep going.
Alright, 5th page out of 9. Anyway, the 4th wave has not many bullets per clump. However, they are very unconventionally angled, which can very easily catch a player off guard if they don't fully know how these bullets work or what to expect. This is also not even mentioning the mental spirals, which are consistently relevant and force the player into certain confines of movement, so they have to do the larger macro movements of staying out of the way of the spirals while simultaneously dealing with the overlapping, confusing vomit of the second and third wave of Wise Bullet. Immediately after the 4th wave, another firing of the parent cycle begins, leaving essentially no break or downtime between the firing. This means that the whole thing is just a constant onslaught of shit that repeats itself for 6 cycles in a row until the wicked creature finally dies, or even longer than a weaker shot. Even longer as a weaker shot than Reimu B.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
How can you tell whose bus you're on?
You can't. You just have to look at my. Oh, you're on it, Twinkle. There's 3 people.
I think I.
Hey, are you not up and are you moving your head around?
Yeah, I'm moving my head. I'm behind you.
Oh my gosh, I'm on. I'm on.
Let's go.
Get it. I created a
Behind
Steam
you,
account
behind
just.
you.
Oh my. Oh hello.
You know what,
Yeah.
Crispy? By the end of this, I'm gonna buy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. I created a Steam account just for like.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'll go get some water.
Yeah, please do. Can you get me some water too? Because I finished mine.
I slammed my mouse around and then I just threw my controller off my desk.
Great. Crispy, I'll buy you a custom-made Momiji Fumo after you get Mafia Lennon.
You will burn it.
Okay, before you continue, Fami, I will say, I don't know why, but for some reason I just always thought Momiji was fun. I kind of liked that she had those tricky angles, and when she moves down, I feel clutch when I dodge it, but yeah, she does have garbage RNG. Like, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying I'm weird, and I don't know. I like Momiji. I feel consistent.
I guess we're going to clip this huge rant after I'm done.
Probably.
Right?
Continue, Fami. Take it away.
And
I'm gonna
after
leave this
discussing all of that, there is still something that remains unmentioned: her movement. Momiji's movement is random in the sense that there is no way of knowing how far she will move in a direction. However, you do know whether she will go left or right since it is tied to the player's movement. This means that you can, to a very minimal extent, manipulate her movement. However, this barely helps since she has a tendency to move vertically a lot too. Now, if this means moving up, then great! Now you have maybe a pixel more of space to dodge upcoming waves. But if this means down, prepare for a horrific night. Momiji can move down a number of ways. She can go slightly down diagonally, either to the left or the right, or she can pull the big fuck you and just move directly down, pushing a revolting sewage of a pattern right up your nose and making it incredibly overwhelming and annoying to handle. However, it doesn't end there, because directly after Momiji is an awful section known as Waterfall 2, which bombards the player with extremely fast aim mentals and walls of cyan and blue rice bullets. This section is particularly nasty for shots such as Reimu A or B, who have either poor damage or poor range, and the re-strings are very fussy to execute correctly. So, what do you do about this complication? Play another shot type? Yes! As Reimu A at least, you have about 5 better options.
Reimu homing slander.
Oh man.
I had to do it.
Reimu A hater.
so
Reimu B,
base.
Reimu
So
B
base.
master race.
Where was? But what if you are Reimu B? You're not gonna want to give up that god-tier high damage forward focused needle shot. Yes, describe it very ironically like that. Yes. So the solution comes with more Momiji. Now, initially, this may seem counterintuitive. Why the fuck would you let that gross life form be on your screen for longer than about 12 seconds? Well, the section afterwards is so absurd that it really does become worth it to do the first 3 cycles of Momiji without shooting. Start shooting on the 4th and let her die around 10:14 on the timer. This enables you to skip the Waterfall 2 trash and hopefully continue the journey of your run, after the trauma of Momiji is finally over.
Nice.
But this is certainly no objective fact. Players often disagree with the waterfall skipping methods and argue that it is better to kill Momiji as quickly as possible, and both methods are indeed viable. It is just up to the player to decide whether they wish to deal with the cancer of Waterfall 2 and Momiji, or slightly extended time dodging Momiji herself. 9 ways Waterfall skip picture, 6 wave no Waterfall skip on other.
Is this your college dissertation, Crispy? Is this what you're gonna
Pretty
say?
much.
A whole ass thesis.
Yep.
We're on the second to last page, guys. Don't worry.
Sure thing.
Clearly, Momiji's non-spell in stage 4 of Mountain of Faith is around the same quality as.
What?
I'm going to repeat the sentence in a completely straight-laced manner. Clearly, Momiji's non-spell in stage 4 of Mountain of Faith is around the same.
Are you good?
You bastard!
Are you good?
Clearly,
You fine?
Momiji's non-spell in stage 4 of Mountain of
He's dead. He's dying. Fanny,
dying.
we've lost Fanny.
Fuck!
Please, I believe in you.
No.
You
He's
bastard!
dying!
So
Bastard!
Isn't that funny?
Oh, merda! Ai, caralho! Ai! Caralho! Porra!
Super dying.
I need to burp!
just say haha moment.
Please say it.
I'm gonna die!
Take a moment not to die first. Deep breaths, my friend.
What a fucking jerk, Crispy. How did you come up with this?
Really badly.
I don't know, I was bored enough.
You were bored enough to kill Fami, apparently.
Yeah.
Clearly, Momiji's non-spell in stage 4 of Faith is around the same quality as anal discharge.
Why? Why?
It's true.
Fuck!
Only spinning facts.
Dies of cringe! Dies of cringe!
You guys got me fucked.
You made me wait 2 minutes for that!
I said this to me.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Thank you, Fami! I'm sorry for the pain.
Not even over yet.
It's not over! It's not over!
No.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Ain't no discharge. But what about? Well, what about we now talk about how she has no right to be relevant at all? Oh Jesus, this is going to get personal
A character attack now! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting ad hominem now.
Oh no! Oh my god! Rip Momiji fans!
I mean, they deserve it. They deserve
This is slander! This is hate speech against
Oh,
Momiji.
just wait for the next part.
Momiji appears as a minor character, a mid-boss who shows up and shits the most disgusting spelling can soak you, and then leaves. That's it. She does not have a spell card. However, this is likely a good thing, since if she did, Zoom would probably have created something about 100 times worse than a non-spell. And she doesn't even have a portrait art. Clearly, Zoom does not care about her, and is encouraging Toho fans to do the same. Ignore her. Unfortunately, Momiji is evil and manipulative, and uses her secret ability of hypnotism to exploit humans by controlling their minds to pay attention to her. This explains why she has around 44,000 artworks on Pixiv, due to the poor souls who were unlucky enough to cross paths with her and got controlled.
You know what? Just because of this, I'm voting for Momiji next popularity poll.
Fuck you!
No!
Continue.
My heart goes out to those affected by this demonic creature, and every day I dream of a world where White Wolf Tengu are extinct. Continuing on to her design, it is lackluster and quite obviously has no proper effort put into it like all the other Moth characters do, which really makes you think about what her purpose of existing in the first place is. When even minor mid-boss characters in other parts of the same game, such as Shizuha, manage to be absolutely and entirely better.
It's true.
Facts.
Of course you say it's true, you wrote it!
No, I didn't write.
I'm agreeing with myself.
Yeah, Crispy's like, I can't believe what I wrote is so correct.
You wrote fire.
Yeah.
This is the last paragraph. This is the last paragraph, guys. In conclusion, Momiji is a character that completely fails to leave a positive impression on players due to various flaws in her design, implementation, and pattern. From her poor in-game pattern to her lackluster appearance and lack of distinguishing features, it is clear that Zone did not put much effort into making her a memorable or likable character. Additionally, this points all towards Zone seeming to intentionally be making her unlikable, which only adds insult to injury. All in all, Momiji is a prime example of how not to create a character in a video game, and serves as a reminder of why you should not make bad bullet patterns, as well as overall importance of consistently good character design.
Wow, so Momiji's a case study for character design, shmup design, and just like everything around how to make a character. Is that the end?
She's an example of what not to do.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Rather than 8 good characters and one that completely and utterly destroys any sort of enjoyment that could be gained from the part of the game that she resides in. Now it's over.
The end.
Oh, Crispy! You know what? Okay, so I was thinking about making a guide, but maybe what I really need is an emotional piece. Thank you, Crispy. Maybe I need to write an emotional piece.
Yeah.
Tay got a spell card. Tay has a portrait, so you can't write that about her.